I do want to advertise Dr. Pepper, so suck my ass.
Okay.
Because I love Dr. Pepper. So
you know what? I'm just going to start the show with that. Welcome to Adventure Mode. I'm Dustin. This is Brandon. He wants to advertise Dr. Pepper.
it's 23 superior flavors of pop.
But what are the 23 flavors? One of them could be dick.
Well,
but
call me a dick sipper because I love me those 23. You know what I'm saying?
So this is Adventure Mode with Dustin and Brandon. As I already said, this is a podcast by Handsome Phantom. You can go to handsomephantom.com. We got tons of great content there. This is our gaming show. I always forget this shit every single week. I'm not feeling well too, so it's like
that's all right.
It's double. And what am okay?
I thought the plugs went well.
They went all right. This is not a professional show. Okay, I'm done. Anyway, Brandon, how are you feeling right now?
I'm doing good. I'm a little sleepy. Had me some combos in my tummy. I stopped at the local Sheets, aka and got myself a half liter.
No, I think that's a liter.
A 1 liter.
1 liter.
Dr. Pepper. I'm going big or going
Peppy.
home. And I ate about 5 servings of combos.
Now, Brandon, if I was to put a glass of Dr. Pepper and a glass of Mr. Pibb in front of you, would you blind taste test? Would you be able to tell which one is which?
You know what? In some scenarios, I actually like Pibb better.
Okay.
You know,
off the fountain. Maybe?
Yeah. I just don't tell the doctor that the Mr. Pibb. I don't tell the doctor that the Mr.
Yeah.
I just don't let them know I know each other.
We created a scenario the other night that, Mr. Pibb had an affair with Dr. Pepper's. No. Dr. Pepper had an affair with
Mr. Pibb's wife.
Because he's a young doctor.
Yeah. He's suave. He has money.
He got 23 flavors.
Maybe Mrs. Pibb is a little bit of a sleut.
Slutenstein? Yeah. Could be. No, but I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Just
refreshed.
a little refreshed. My stomach is full. We had baked spaghetti for dinner.
Baked? I've never heard of that.
It's one of the best things ever.
That is interesting. So is it just like you boil it and then bake it? Kind of like baked mac and cheese? Am I thinking the same?
Sort of.
Line
It's
of
sort of
thought
like
here?
in like a casserole pan, and you put like cream cheese in with it and stuff. And
so it's kind of like rigatoni.
Sort
along
of
those lines.
Yeah, but you put noodles in there, and it's like just one of the most delicious things ever. So
very, very interesting. I've had a rough couple of days. It started Sunday. You and I, we were out having some drinks Saturday night. I did not get drunk that night.
Not at all.
You were there. You can
Not
testify.
at
I was
all.
not drunk at all. I was not as fit to drive, but I was not drunk.
No.
I had some bourbon. I had a very weak Jack and Coke. Then I had what is referred to as, I guess, the kids on the street these days called a blowjob.
That's the first time I had ever heard it be called that. So.
Yeah, which is the blowjob. I'm not saying as an actual blowjob. It was a Kahlua, a Kahlua mixed with Bailey's, and it was very tiny. And I drank that as well. I woke up the next morning, which granted, that night I took 3 Tums before bed, got plenty of rest, woke up, horrible pains in my stomach, horrible. Laid around all morning, just absolutely wrecked. Around the afternoon, I tried to eat something, drank a bunch of water, took some Pepto, did some dry heaving at that point.
That make you feel better?
Yes, it did. I did not throw up. It
always does.
I didn't throw up, but I've never dry heaved like that, and it made me feel somewhat better. And after that, I laid in bed for about 3 more hours. It was about 5 o'clock then. I was still wrecked. And at that point, I felt better and I was able to eat some food. But the problem is, since then, I've had a dull pain like in my stomach area, my lower abdomen. And I'm starting to wonder if I have like a stomach ulcer or something. But I've never had a stomach ulcer, nor do I know anything about them. It just sounds about right.
Never even known anybody that has had a stomach ulcer.
Okay. Yeah. So... not the best couple days here.
Not a pleasant beginning of your week.
And I'm just frustrated because, if I had drank a lot, mixed a lot of alcohols, I'd feel bad because I'd be like, I brought this upon myself, really didn't do anything,
No.
So really was truly an unfortunate situation. Got some game time in though.
Good.
Lots of game time in. And work has been kind of crappy. but that's okay. And I got this sweatshirt today. You see this?
It's not Christmas, folks, but you know.
Okay, here's the deal. So if you're listening to the audio version, it is the Mario Christmas sweater. I saw this before Christmas and wanted to buy it. And I was like, $40? Fuck no, baby. All the way home. And then I saw it today. It was on sale for $20. So I decided to purchase it. I'm really not going to wear it till next Christmas, but I really wanted to wear it right now.
It looks good.
So it's got Mario on it, and I'm going to be very happy next Christmas.
When you get to wear
when
it.
I have this awesome Mario sweater. Very, very exciting. So other than that, though, I'm very good. I'm very excited. I bought The Witness, which you don't know anything about The Witness, do you?
I don't know a goddamn thing about this game.
Okay, so The Witness is out, well, when this comes out yesterday. And it's a puzzle game. It was one of the very first PS4 games ever shown off when the PS4 was announced. Obviously, so it's been delayed for like 3 freaking years. From the creator of Braid. Remember Braid?
Oh, okay. We might have mentioned this last week. I just have a piss poor memory.
That's okay. So yeah, creator of Braid. You're on an island. You're solving these little line puzzles.
Okay.
Now,
I remember you talking about
originally, I was a little off-put by this game. I don't know if that's the right thing to say. I don't care.
Yeah.
$40 for the digital price tag of this game.
Wow.
Which is a weird price tag because, normally digital games, you're expecting a shorter game. You spend $20. You're expecting somewhere between 8 and 10 hours of gameplay. So when I saw $40, I was like, that's a lot of money for like 8 to 10 hours of gameplay with normal downloads. And I was looking online. It turns out this game has like 40 to 80 hours of gameplay, depending on how much you want to flesh out and do everything. So I was like, damn, getting a ton of 10s, 9s, and 10s. I'm very intrigued by this game. I'm a big puzzle guy.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm not a puzzle guy myself, but I know you really like Braid, right? And
I love Braid.
And that always got like really good reviews from what I've heard.
Really liked Braid. Really liked Portal. Both of them. Really liked what's that game with this astronaut guy? The Swapper.
Oh, the Swapper.
Another great puzzle game. I really, really do enjoy puzzle games. So I'm very excited to check this one out. Our friend Justin also picked it up. So I'm curious what he'll have to say about it. Maybe him and I will have to do a review discussion video on that. But I'm excited to check that out. And I traded a bunch of stuff to GameStop because they're doing bonus 50%. And I know we've had a discussion whether or not you should or should not trade in games. I made some profit on a couple games. And
what did you trade in?
So don't crucify me here. I traded in Until Dawn because I got it for $5 to $10 and I got over $30 for it today. And I'm like, by the time I want to play this game again, I'll be able to get on PSN on a sale for $10.
Yeah, exactly.
If I want to play it again, or I'll just borrow it from somebody. So I might as well trade it and get the money. Trade in some 3DS games I'm not going to play ever again, like Smash Brothers 3DS. I have it on Wii U. Mario Kart 7. I have the new one on Wii U, so why am I going to play that? And I traded in the old Call of Duty. I got like $90 for all those.
That's not too shabby.
I was very, very happy. So I got a Witness. I think I'm going to get that kinky game, Catherine.
Wow.
Which is not really, I don't know, okay? It looks really kinky, but all the reviews are seem like it's a good game.
It looks like a booby game.
It looks a little bit like a booby game, but not like that guy showed us.
Not like Dead or Alive.
Not like Dead or Alive, yeah. I'm very curious about that.
Has it been banned in the U.S.?
No, not at all.
Well, then it can't be that much.
It can't be that bad, yeah. Okay, so we actually have quite a few side quests this week. I'm very excited.
Hop right in.
Damn it. I usually have an article for each of these so I don't sound like a bumbling idiot. But this first one I don't. So, Mortal Kombat X game, very well reviewed. It's supposed to be really fun. Brandon, you haven't played it at all yet, have you?
Mortal Kombat X? Yeah.
You have?
I've rented it probably 2 or 3 times and played it extensively.
Okay, and so it's really good?
I really enjoy it. Something I liked about this latest Mortal Kombat is obviously, it's a Mortal Kombat game. It's a side-scrolling fighter. Yeah. It is what it is. But it's the most fluent, prettiest. It's probably the best. It is the best version of what you want. They added some new characters, which was really cool, and the DLC characters are also really cool. So
yeah, Interesting. So yeah, I am not very good at fighting games. I don't have anything against Mortal Kombat. Just not really my style game. I love watching people play it.
Yeah, yeah. It's something you. Well, I was gonna say you like Smash though.
I do. It's really different though. Just because you're trying to throw people out of the arena and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's more of an arena fighting game. But
so, they announced that they are not doing any more updates to the PC version of the game.
Wow,
which is pretty lame. And just another way that Warner Brothers is just completely screwing PC audience players.
Yeah,
they've done this multiple times.
They really don't care about PC.
Arkham Origins, they were like, we're not. There's bugs in this game. We're gonna move on to work on some DLC. Sorry, and just didn't fix the bugs.
Later, eventually, they
Arkham Knight
a while ago. Yeah,
Arkham Knight completely screwed up. Which we already went over that when it happened. Just a complete debacle. So that was pretty lame. And now, not only was the launch of Mortal Kombat X on PC bad, but the fact that they're like, yeah, we're not really going to be updating the game anymore. I'm sorry, no more DLC. Just really sucks because, when someone who spent $60 on that product would really hope that they're getting the same amount, even if they're not getting the updates, which is lone sucky. But if they were expecting to get the option to even buy that DLC, and now nothing.
Which I don't understand. Mortal Kombat X, I think all of the DLC is already out, so I don't.
You know what? I need to look up. I need to see what the article says.
Because what it was they're actually. Then this is what I thought you were going to talk about. Is they're coming out with a Mortal Kombat XL? You hear about this?
I saw that. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure all the DLC is already out. So I don't know if that means that they're not offering it or they haven't already offered it. But regardless, I mean, updates are important throughout the game. Someone could find this huge game breaking bug and shit on PC.
I found an article. This is from LatinPost.com.
Wow,
because it's the first thing that came up on Google.
Seems legit.
Mortal Kombat X. This is by Robert C. Welsh the third. That doesn't sound like a very Latin name, but that's okay. We'll give Robert a break on that.
Thanks, Rob.
Mortal Kombat X is getting a second set of downloadable content that will include 4 new playable characters, but PC users will not see the extra combat. Combat Pack 2 is expected to be released in the coming months for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles. So those who play Mortal Kombat X will not be getting a chance to get additional content to these versions of this game. This likely means the end of support to the PC version of the game.
Which is really discouraging because not only, if...
Okay, yeah, and this goes on to say there is no version of Mortal Kombat XL for PC. So they just
Warner
are like
Brothers
done.
Does not give a fuck about the master race.
No, they don't. Not at all.
Dude, Anonymous is gonna, PC Anonymous.
Yeah.
Is gonna trample on some Warner Brothers shit. That's discouraging, first of all, because obviously people do pay for their game and people, there is a lot of people that play on PC, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, if they're so willing to throw that away, when is it, hey, well,
Well, and
what is it a year after it came out? We're going to move on.
The problem really needs to, I really am hoping that PC players will refuse to buy Warner Brothers games on PC, period. Because they keep releasing these half-ass versions and they keep doing it and people keep buying them.
And
which one of those things, okay, I'll say with Mortal Kombat X, they were dishonest because, and I guess they didn't come out and say, oh, all the DLC will be available on all platforms, but it's kind of just expected. You know what I mean?
I mean, why wouldn't it?
Why wouldn't it? Exactly. So, whatever. Just I'm really hoping people vote with their wallets and, we're not buying Warner Brothers games because they keep screwing us.
Yeah, seriously. Yes, just yes. But on that same vein, though, on a plus side, I don't think I will be purchasing because I don't own it. Like I said, I rented it. I don't think I I don't own X, and this XL looks really, really cool. Like I said, some of the DLC characters are cool, and you get all the skins. So maybe when you see a nice price drop or like a half price on this XL, it'll probably be a good pickup then.
Yeah, should be interesting. I got more bad news for those PC gamers.
Bad news bears.
So, Five Nights at Freddy's. You've heard of it. I don't know if you've played it. Have you?
Did we play it
together?
Once, yeah.
Not really our style. I'm not into the jump scare games.
You know, I can only take so much of it, like where I think it's fun, and then it's just me sitting still, not playing the game because I'm terrified.
What's funny is, okay, before I get to the story, have I mentioned in this podcast that not only my little cousin, but the other smaller children I know, 12 years and younger, freaking love this game? I don't understand why. It scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, probably because they just don't take it as seriously, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a total wimp, which is probably the case.
That's probably the case for both of us.
Yeah. But anyway, people love this game. They love the lore behind it. There's huge theories and stuff like that. It's just really interesting that this guy, it's a really interesting success story. This guy who made like Bible games and stuff like that. And somebody in a review, they all got terrible, terrible reviews. Someone in it that was reviewing the game said that his characters looked like animatronics and that they were creepy. And so he's like, well, fuck it. That's what people think my characters look like. I'm going to make a game about animatronics. And, became hugely successful with Five Nights at Freddy's. Not only is he making so much money off the PC version, but the iPhone versions of those, they're always
so much
in the
more
top.
accessible. Seriously.
Yeah, there's so much money in those. Always being in the top, probably in the top 50 all the time.
All the time.
So he has seen a lot of success, a lot of money, and now they got the fucking merchandise everywhere. Have you seen it? I keep seeing it on websites.
Did I just see Five Nights at Freddy's that I was like, wow, why is that a thing?
So
I feel like I was with you and we saw something that was Five Nights at Freddy's and I'm like, that doesn't need to be Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah. That's the level of merchandise it's at.
When I went and I got this sweatshirt today at Hot Topic, there was an entire section dedicated to Five Nights at Freddy's. And I was like,
that's how you know.
Why?
When Hot Topic starts having sections
with it. Yeah.
Sex devoted to it.
Yeah. That's next. Five Nights at Freddy's sex objects,
sex toy extravaganza.
Okay.
The horror.
So our friend Scott Cawthorn, the creator, released an RPG game called FNAF World, which FNAF is Five Nights at Freddy's, So he released it early. He said he was coming out with this RPG starring the characters. It's going to be very different. And he released it early to Steam. And a day later, he apologized for rushing the game and pushing it out on Steam without important features. And that was last week. And I believe this was yesterday. He completely pulled the game from Steam. So I'm going to read his statement here. He said...
But real quick, what would that mean for the people that downloaded it?
Well, it explains that.
Okay.
It says, "Hi, everyone. I wanted to make a post about the fate of FNAF World. Even though the game had a very positive rating with 87%, I was not satisfied with the reviews and ratings it was getting. For that reason, I've decided to remove the game from Steam. I've also asked Valve to make it so the game can be refunded regardless of the amount of time that it has been owned, meaning that anyone can get a refund at any time. It may take them a while to set that up, but it will be in place soon. I'm going to work on FNAF World and polish it up. I'm busy creating a fully 3D overworld for the game. When I'm ready to update the game, I will replace the demo currently on GameJolt with the full game. From this point forward, the game will always be free. I appreciate your support, and I encourage you all to refund your Steam game, even if you enjoyed the game, and download the new version when it becomes available on GameJolt." Very interesting move for Scott here. Now, he has a good point. So the game had a very positive review overall on Steam, but if you went and read the comments, they were just destroying this game. Yeah, it was not good from what I hear.
That's interesting. I mean, good for him, I guess.
Well, he was totally honest.
He made a good move. Yeah. And he just did what other people can't, because some people would have just left it up there and been like, hey, play this shitty game and tarnish my name. Then it probably was a hard decision to say, hey, now it's going to be free from now on. But with that big of a franchise behind it, sometimes you gotta.
It is, yeah.
When you mess up, you gotta.
It's very interesting when he released this game early, and it was a shit fest. It was very much like, okay, at this point, this guy thinks he can release anything and people will eat it up, because they did. And it became very clear that that really wasn't his intention at all, being that not only did he admit like, yeah, I released this too early and it's not good, but he's allowing everyone to get a refund, and he encourages everyone to get a refund for the game. So the fact that he was open and honest is just really surprising and really cool.
Yeah, and I guess it really just shows you where the priorities were. I mean, I don't know if he was being pressured by, I don't know if it's just him or what, but, he said.
Yeah. So that was really interesting development. He is just a really interesting developer. I don't know if I've seen any interviews really with him. And yeah, very, very interesting. Honestly, not a game I was ever interested in at all. But I'm sure my little cousin was very interested.
Will love
and now he can play it for free when it comes out. Brandon, bad news, Dustin. Coming up with one more.
Let's go.
So you may remember when I met KJ Inafune at PlayStation Experience, the maker of Mega Man.
Yes, I do.
So he did a Kickstarter a little while back for a game called Mighty Number 9. Have you heard of it?
Is this a Mega Man sequel?
It's a Mega Man spiritual sequel.
Successor. Okay.
Yes. This game kickstarted 2 years ago, and it has been delayed twice now. Actually, this may be its third delay. It's either its second or third delay, but let's see. I thought I had an article for this too. But they delayed the game again. It was supposed to literally come out next month, early February, and they delayed the game again. And they said that it was because the matchmaking features are not quite working yet, and there's bugs with it. How does that sound to you?
That doesn't sound very acceptable.
No.
I don't know what the matchmaking, or I don't know what the kickstarting, what the amount of money was. But matchmaking is not a new thing by any means. Now I understand it's probably way more difficult than I'm making it seem, but I'm sure there's more reasonable ways to try and improve it, other than delaying it for 3 times. And either that or giving a bullshit excuse.
Yeah. There's so many reasons why this Kickstarter and this game has seemed like a shit show. First of all, the delays. Not good.
It's always always about that.
He launched 2 additional Kickstarters during the development of this game. You remember Red Ash, the Mega Man Legends successor one? Anyway, he launched that, and the second one was for a Red Ash anime at the same time. And people were kind of like, you want us to give you more money when you haven't given us the original game that we gave you money to make. So those were not, he didn't do so well with those Kickstarters, but supposedly the game has been funded from an outside source, which is very interesting. But like you said, it is you're totally right in the fact that matchmaking shouldn't be something all that difficult.
Yeah,
And here's the other thing. And here's the most important thing of all. Who gives a shit about matchmaking on a side scroller
Mega Man game?
Exactly.
Mega Man's successor, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, unless it's some crazy new side-scrolling matchmaking techniques or something, unless it's something innovative, it just doesn't sound like it should be that important.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm very curious about this game, but it's just one of those Kickstarter things that, like, I personally have never backed anything on Kickstarter, mainly because the things that I've thought about backing usually are fully funded by the time I even look at it. And, I would rather, the only one that I was really, really wanted to back was the ukulele one, which is the Banjo-Kazooie successor. But I was like, what if this game isn't good and I'm buying it before I even know? I can just wait till the game comes out and then buy it then if it's good. So, and that's the case in a lot of those situations, is that you can just wait and find out.
Dude, Kickstarter is so interesting, and that actually makes me think. I saw an article the other day. Okay, so you remember, I'm so stupid. I will not remember the name of this game. Okay, one of the biggest Kickstarters for a game ever. It's something 3. Shenmue 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what the exact count is, but isn't it completely outrageous now, like millions of dollars?
I can look here real quick.
Okay, so I saw an article that was like, what I'm imagining, like the moral obligation that this developer has to these people at this point is outrageous.
Well, that one is especially weird. Okay, so Shenmue 3, the final count of how much money they raised $6 million.
That is fucking outrageous.
But here's the thing, though. With a game like Shenmue, it's going to cost a lot more than $6 million to make that game. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I understand that, but like,
but what's interesting is that the money for that, like Sony is also putting up money for that game. So what's interesting about Shenmue 3 is that, like, if Sony's already putting up money and they're interested in doing the project, then why don't they just pay for it all? Why do they have to crowdfund it? It seems like that people, or not people, but like big companies like that almost use crowdfunding as a way to gauge interest. You know what I mean?
Which is funny because it's like, oh, no big deal, $6 million.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying to remember. I saw someone once say what the original budget for the original Shenmue.
No, but like I'm thinking about that and how much more. Okay, so not only are you, I guess maybe potentially gauging interest, but the moral obligation is higher.
Mm-hmm.
But like how much more critical will $6 million worth of donations people be on this game now that you have put personal money into it? It's not like I bought fucking, I don't know, some shitty Assassin's Creed. I'm like, oh, this is shit, and you didn't donate $10 to it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
so
it's a dangerous game.
Here's what's interesting: Shenmue 1, Dreamcast game, 1999, $70 million to make that game. So honestly, the $6 million in 2015 is a drop in the fucking bucket. Like, it's nothing. It's basically like, hey, buy your pre-order now. Only do it on Kickstarter so you can feel like you're doing something special.
No, but like, has anything this, and I'm gonna sound like a complete idiot because I have no idea what I'm talking about. Has any game this big ever raised this much? Like,
I'm trying to
recently though, you know what I mean? Like,
let me look here.
Because when I saw that article, I was like, wow, now that you're giving me these stats, it does seem like a drop in the bucket, but still, $6 million is $6 million.
So let me see here.
I'm also ignorant to Shamu, the game. I have no idea how it's probably very popular in other countries, but
no, Shenmue definitely one of those big cult following games. I don't know anything about it. I'd like to play it before the new one comes out, but it only is out on like Dreamcast and original Xbox, so it's really difficult to play now unless you have those consoles. So under games, there's card game, the Ouya. And then after that is Shenmue 3. So yes, Shenmue 3 is the most backed video game Kickstarter.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is, well, that's obviously why the article is it'll be interesting to see, how much more critical people can be when they donate money to something,
Oh yeah, now I see on here Mighty Number 9, 3,800,000.
Wow.
For Mighty Number 9. I'm trying to remember when the original release date was. I wonder if it's in here. I think it was like early last year.
Whatever.
Anyway, I don't want to look through this. I don't care that much.
Real quick, speaking of delays, we just keep hopping around. How do you feel about the Star Wars delay?
Oh, for Star Wars Episode 8.
Correct. Oh, well, isn't it all Star Wars movies, though?
No.
Isn't Rogue One being delayed and everything?
Rogue One is not being delayed.
Okay.
So I have a couple emotions. Number one, I am sad because it means I have to wait longer.
Isn't it only till like May?
Yes.
Okay, but still,
no. It was originally coming out in May, and now it's coming out in December.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was at the very, very beginning of the year, like January.
And that's not.
Or something.
It's not this. It's like a year from now.
Yeah, exactly.
So. Well, no. 2 years from now.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I'm sad, but I'm also like, hey, if you need to take that time to make this movie better, do it. Because kind of like a video game, if they were to not delay it, the bad movie stays bad forever.
Yeah.
But if you delay it by 6 months and you wait and it makes it an amazing movie, it was worth it because that movie will be amazing forever. I'm totally, I'm fine with that. Good. I'm a little bit sad. And I'm also not surprised because it seemed like a pretty fast, Force Awakens in December. Yeah. And then 1 year later, Rogue One. And then 6 months, you get the next movie. So if they're doing it year by year, I'm still getting a Star Wars movie this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Rogue One that I'm pumped. I'm lit. It's going to be flame.
Isn't James Franco one of the people potentially playing Han Solo?
No, that's a different movie.
Okay.
I do not believe the Han Solo is going to be in Rogue One. I mean, anything's possible.
Okay, parallel universe.
It's not James Franco's little brother.
Really? Okay,
yeah.
I thought because someone said something about James Franco and potentially Han Solo, and I was like, how about we never do that ever?
No, it's potentially his brother, which I can't remember his name.
And I saw this article on Gentleman's Quarterly, and it said why Shia LaBeouf should be the new Han Solo. And I was
what the fuck? No. You know how many people
do it, Chewie? Do it, Chewie. Just do it.
So, have you seen Indiana Jones at all? You watched one of them.
Yeah, Harrison Ford. I've watched bits and pieces.
Did you see Crystal Skull, the new one with Shia LaBeouf in it?
I saw part of it. Yes, I think we watched it at like the drive-in or something, and I fell asleep.
Shia LaBeouf plays his son in it.
Okay,
and a lot of people now are like, "Dear God, do not let Shia LaBeouf be the next Indiana Jones." There's a great part at the end of the film. Spoiler alert? No, maybe. Where it shows like Indiana Jones' hat and Shia LaBeouf looks like he's about to pick it up and put it on, but at the last second Harrison Ford grabs it and puts it back on. Not today, motherfucker. Okay.
Harrison Ford, man.
Harrison Ford is not letting Shia LaBeouf. But you know what I think is also funny about this conversation is how we're like, yeah, it's okay when things get delayed, and then on the next second we're like, fuck these people for fucking around and delaying our shit. Well,
I know it's slightly different, but I just think it's like it depends on the situation, I guess,
It's different when it comes to Mighty Number 9 because there's just weird stuff going on with this game with the multiple Kickstarters, with the online, talking about online bugs and just all this weird stuff floating around. It's just like, when's the game coming out?
Have 343 help you with matchmaking. They've always been.
Yeah. So very, very interesting. I was gonna say something else. I don't remember now. But yeah, very, very interesting. I don't even know if I care about the game to begin with.
Okay, we need to talk about this just real quick.
Okay.
We're talking about movies, we're talking about all this shit. How do we feel about all of these fucking movies being created from video games? The movie industry is tapping into the video game crowd, okay?
They have
Michael Fassbender
in Ass Creed.
What do you think about this? Have they put out new trailers? What's going on?
No, there's no trailers.
I keep seeing photos.
Because they just wrapped filming. They just finished filming it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a trailer in the next couple months.
See, I really badly don't want them to fuck up video games for me.
Well, supposedly Ubisoft is like, they set up their own film studio in order to do this because they didn't want to hand it off to a studio, so they, screw it up and stuff. So it'll be very interesting. And one important thing that I think is a good sign for this movie is that they are not doing an adaptation. They're not doing Assassin's Creed 1 or 2 into a movie.
Yeah.
They are doing
just Assassin's Creed. This is a movie.
This is a movie. It takes, I'm pretty sure it takes place in Spain. It's not an assassin we've ever seen before. So
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs is going to be.
Oh no! Wait, sorry. He played Steve Jobs.
Oh yeah.
Now, could you imagine Steve Jobs
being
black turtleneck, but then he still has the hood.
He has the
Connor hood with the point, and he has like two knives that have the rainbow apple logo. Just when they come out, and Woz follows him as fat companion. Steve Wozniak just fucking follows his ass.
You know, there might be some. You might want to pitch that one to.
Dude, I'm gonna talk to Michael Fassbender today.
Yeah. He might be interested.
I'm gonna tweet at him.
So no, I think that movie could be interesting. I'm very curious.
Yeah, because we had what? The Need for Speed movie, which was donkey shit.
Yeah. Well, that was like seriously seemed like a cash in to me.
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever said it was going to be good. Nobody thought it was going to be good, but still.
I heard that they're still working on Splinter Cell film as well. But that might be coming also out of the Ubisoft film studio.
We'll see.
Yeah. Very, very interesting about these films. And I think it can be done right. I just don't think that anyone's done it right yet.
I'm hesitant. That's why I wanted to talk about it, because I'm very, very hesitant.
Well, you know, this is interesting. You know, let's pause the side quest. This will be like a topic.
That's fine.
I think that games, it takes a certain game. You need to do it a certain way, right?
Yeah.
For example, they're doing a Last of Us movie,
which,
and I'm
so weirded out by that too.
Here's the thing: is that why do we don't need that story told on film? It was already perfectly told in the game.
So wait, this is an adaptation.
As far as I know, they were trying to cast Joel and Ellie to be in the Last of Us movie, which are the two main characters of the game. And that's where I was going at, is that like a game like The Last of Us, you could potentially make a film based in that world, maybe.
Yeah, but
we don't need to retell the story the game already told.
I just get a weird feeling when I'm thinking about, a movie of Assassin's Creed. It makes me feel wrong just a little bit. Or like The Last of Us. I haven't played that game, but I know how much it means to people.
Exactly.
And I know how good it is. And I don't want it to be on the screen again, because when I think about that, I just think about things like Need for Speed.
Yeah.
That were shit. And, you're right. Nothing good has come yet. But will it? I don't know, because it's supposed to be a video game and it's going to be a video game.
And that's why I think I do have some hope for the Assassin's Creed, because the movies that you've seen that have been shit have been like the movie studios like, oh, these kids like this game, let's turn it into a movie. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's I guess that's sort of what it feels like, and that's why it's rubbing off. Rubbing off on me.
Yeah, which worst video game movie ever, the Mario Bros. Movie. Have you seen it?
I've never seen this.
Oh, there's so many interesting things. I'm trying to remember that, like, the people that made the movie knew nothing about the game, and they just like adapted some stuff to make it fit, and it was just garbage. It's really bad. But I think it can be done right. I think making films set in the game universe that's another story, something totally possible and could be done right. But as far as retelling the same story, it would take the right story.
Yeah, I feel like if you're trying to retell a story, though, like, there's just too many ways that it can go bad, because then you can compare them both very closely, and just sounds like bad news, man.
It is interesting.
It sounds like they're setting themselves up for failure. As far as I'm concerned, it sounds like it could be very difficult.
It is interesting. So currently, this relates mostly. Like I said, last week. I finished Persona 4, and so there is a Persona 4 anime that takes place. It's the same. It's a retelling of the game in anime form. So we're kind of getting the same. It was a game, and now we're seeing a non-interactive version that you watch, right, with the anime. It is interesting. I'm really, really enjoying it because they use the same voice actors for the English dub, and it's hitting all the right points. And I think the reason why it's working is because it's a TV show. It's 23 episodes that are half hour each, and not 1 2-hour film. Trying to fit a 70-hour game into 2 hours of motion on screen. So it is interesting. I will stand by. I think that can be done, but no one has taken the right care to do it right.
Yeah, I just am excited. Well, wow, literally the opposite word of what I was trying to say. I just am not excited to, potentially go in and give something a chance and be disappointed.
Well, we wait for the reviews. If the reviews say it's terrible, don't go see it.
We'll see. And I want it to be good, I guess. Still got that eerie feeling. I like Michael Fassbender, though.
Yeah, me too. Great actor. All right, let's get back to our side quest here. So there's a new game coming out that I'm not sure how I feel about. The game is called Great Detective Pikachu, The Birth of a New Duo. And Brandon, I don't know if you can see on my screen here. That is Pikachu wearing a Sherlock Holmes hat.
What in the actual fuck is this? Dude, Pokemon is like popping off lately. You got like Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
They're remaking Red and Blue. Now this. Pokemon Arena.
Yeah. So this is a little bit from the Kotaku article. Brian Ashcraft wrote this. He said, in the game, you team up with a talking detective Pikachu to solve mysteries. You know, the one that can say more than Pika Pika. I watched the trailer for this. Pikachu talking in Japanese is like, like this deep voice Pikachu talking in this little hat. And I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on? Pikachu does not need to be a detective. Why is he a detective?
So, and also, why does it have a deep voice if every time we've heard anything from a Pikachu, it's like high-pitched squeaking?
Yeah.
Isn't Pikachu supposed to be like sort of like a mouse?
Exactly. So why is he a detective? So Pikachu in this game, he's a detective. He solves mysteries. He can talk like a normal person.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. I mean,
Dustin, but why?
That is a great question. So it's just odd.
Pokemon Go, I get it. Pokemon Arena, I get it. Remake, I get it.
Great Pikachu detective, why?
But why?
Just why? So if you have a minute, look up that trailer because it's
probably a little
disturbing. That's not Pikachu. Okay. What's interesting is that you see talking Pikachu, like the detective Pikachu in the trailer, and then there's a normal Pikachu later that's like Pika Pika, and you're like, what?
Excuse me.
Yeah. Anyway. Little tidbit, a little Easter egg here that I found very interesting. I'm pretty much got all my articles from Kotaku this week, even though I was on the Reddit games, which is what I normally do. A lot of Kotaku articles.
Love Kotaku.
Yeah. This one's from Patrick Kepler. An alien in Star Wars The Force Awakens shouted, Kojima. I did not notice this.
Excuse me.
So let's see here. I'm trying to. The red-eyed sand alien.
Yeah, but are you
when he watches BB-8 roll away? He says Kojima. I'm trying to figure out what point in the movie this is.
This is okay. So this is when the BB-8's rolling away. From. Do you remember when the little smuggler sand dude has the BB-8?
Oh,
and
yeah.
This is probably, it's riding that big thing, and then eventually Ray finds them. This is probably at that point.
Well, the lines before this have Stormtrooper, keep moving, stay here. Nothing, sir. Nothing here, go ahead. Stormtrooper, check over there, fan out. Copy that, 1138. Then the red-eyed sand alien says, Kojima, watching BB-8 roll away. So I'm thinking this is in the scene when she's trying to sell all the junk.
Oh,
and then the stormtroopers show up.
Around that time, anyway.
Yeah.
But is this a nod, or is this just coincidence? Like,
Kojima also translates to small island. So I'm very curious, though. What's interesting is that Kojima's on his 10-day party cruise ride with the creator of the PS4, Mark Cerny, across the world, and he recently met with J.J. Abrams.
Wow.
And I think J.J. is a fan of the Kojima. So, very interesting. Okay, we're getting some Battlefront DLC. Speaking of Star Wars,
Okay.
They're adding some additional modes to different maps that were not available. New Hoth-themed outfits for Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. Ability to create private matches. That's nice. The introduction of daily challenges and community events. And of course, overall balancing tweaks to both weapons and multiplayer modes. Interesting. Free. But they've also outlined some of the paid content, which is what I'm very interested in here. First one will be called Star Wars Battlefront Outer Rim. Fight among the factories of Sullust and battle within Jabba the Hutt's palace on Tatooine. Now, there's already a Tatooine map, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. Interesting.
I want Jabba to be a playable hero.
He just rolls onto people.
Dude, that would be the best shit ever.
Slimes on him.
I would buy that shit.
Next one, Star Wars Battlefront Bespin. It's hunt or be hunted in the action-packed experience set in the Cloud City of Bespin. Very interesting.
Lando's gonna be a
hero. Could be a hero.
Dude, how awesome would that be?
That could be cool. This next one is what I'm most excited for. Star Wars Battlefront Death Star. That's no moon, one of the most iconic locations in the Star Wars universe, making its debut in Star Wars Battlefront. And then the last one just says Star Wars Battlefront Expansion 4 to be announced. So that Death Star one will be pretty cool. I might buy just the Death Star one.
It's the third DLC, so that's
could be fall 2016.
You're gonna have some waiting to do.
Yeah, definitely some waiting to do.
Dude, Jabba the Hutt Palace, you can get some of that Princess Leia skin.
Potentially.
With the bikini.
The slave Leia. Yeah. Okay. 2 more items on the list. I'm going to try and make these quick. Valkyria Chronicles. This is a anime-esque game that's like XCOM. World War II style. Coming to PS4, the remaster.
Anime World War II.
Dude, this actually...
That sounds like the craziest timeline.
Look at this. Look at this. See? This game was already out on PS3. It's supposed to be awesome.
Interesting.
It's supposed to be kind of like XCOM.
Strategy. I do like XCOM.
Strategy role-playing game. The remaster is coming to the West. And it's coming in spring 2016. I will definitely buy this game. Because I love anime. I love
XCOM.
Tactical RPGs. I'm just excited. And they're coming out with a sequel. So this is a perfect way for me to play these games. I've heard so much about it. Okay, one more item. Brandon, you're a big fan of... Oh, geez, my computer's talking to me. You're a big fan of Burnout, right? You like the Burnout games quite a bit.
Burnout Paradise was fantastic. Burnout Fury.
Are you sure that's a Burnout game?
What the fuck one was it? It was
Paradise. Burnout Paradise. That was one.
Yeah, I just said that. Burnout Paradise was great.
Sorry.
That was the most standout title. One of the most standout titles for PS3 that I ever played. So
Burnout creators have lifted the lid on their new game, Dangerous Golf. Their first game since leaving Criterion and forming the independent studio 3 Fields Entertainment. Coming out PS4, Xbox One, PC. And they said in the way that Burnout is a racing game, this is a similar title only with golf. So, lots of explosions. Rather than aiming for par, players must instead rack up their scores by destroying items, bouncing off walls, and landing the balls as far away from the hole as possible. Once you've destroyed enough stuff, you'll be able to turn your ball into a bomb and set off a smash breaker, a nod to Burnout 3's Crash Breaker, and continue guiding it around the course, destroying more objects and boosting your score. Sounds great. Seriously, it sounds super fun. We're going to have 2 weird golf games. We're going to have that 100-foot golf.
Which looks fucking amazing.
And we're going to have this game. So that's going to be very interesting. That article came from videogamer.com, our friend David Schammel.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah. That's it. That's it for the side quest. That took a long time, but we had a lot of...
Fuck it, yo.
It's 49 minutes of side quests.
Fuck it, yo.
We had that little bit Star Wars conversation in there. So
we had a couple side steps. It is what it is.
So Brandon, we have to talk about a funeral right now. The death of something very near and dear to us.
Let's talk.
Let's end out the show with that. I have some other things in here, but I don't care. Let's just end it out with this. So you and I were talking before the show. Something we love near and dear. We're pretty sure is just done for now. That's Destiny.
Yeah.
What's the state of Destiny, Brandon?
The state of Destiny right now is I have less than 0%, a negative amount of motivation to play this game. They haven't given me any reason to want to continue to play the game. And the only reason I held on for so long is because my friends were playing it with me, not because of the game.
Yeah.
No, it is a social experience. But after the Taken King, after the luster of that wore off.
So good.
So good. Enjoyed it while it lasted. And then there was talks of sustaining free DLC via microtransactions, which is another thing that we talked about. And what they've put out so far has been okay at best.
Yeah.
And has successfully done nothing than made me go in once, check it out, and then decide, yeah, that's cool, and then never play it again.
So since the launch of Taken King, we've had the Festival of the Lost. We have had Sparrow
Racing,
which is gone now,
and they said that if the community liked it, that they would bring it back, which
they haven't.
I'm assuming it was well received.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know if they made any statements or not. And then now we are getting this Crimson Eve or Crimson Day or something around Valentine's Day. We're getting at the beginning of February, I believe, for a week. And this is sort of like a red, obviously crimson-y, rose petals everywhere. And I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to like the Festival of Light, how there's going to be little fun, sort of fun.
Yeah. Here's my question. There's all these little fun things, but is there really anything you're going to be able to get that's worth having other than Festival of Lost, you got some little masks?
Yeah. You know what?
Which are, who cares now?
Yeah, exactly. Probably not.
Yeah.
To be honest, probably not. And what I want is, I think that that's great. And I wish they would have done stuff like this way before, because how hard is it to do like a Festival of Light type thing? I'm assuming it's way harder to make a new raid or make new playlists and stuff like that for, than it would be to change around the hub world. You know what I mean? And make a new vendor. So I would like more long-term, more... I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Just like stuff that holds your interest more than initially.
I really thought that they were going to go back and add new difficulty settings to the old raids to refresh them.
At the
very least, they could do that.
Really, really wanted that because I want to play Vault of Glass again.
You have no reason.
I love Vault of Glass. I love it. Okay, I really do. I think it's comparatively to the other two. I like the other two better because they work better. But the Vault of Glass is such a unique experience. That's why I love it.
Yeah.
But no motivation to do any of that again unless you. I mean, they gave you minimal motivation as far as, hey, go back and kill Atheon so you can get this gun. No time to explain, which I did, and it was fine, and it was great, and I was glad to be back in the vault. But I was ripping through things because I was 4 times the damage with my new weapons. Yeah. So, I mean, it was cool feeling like king of Dick Mountain, but how awesome would it be to have something past Atheon? You know what I mean?
I want to know how you became that king. Was your father the original king of Dick Mountain? You were the prince?
Yeah. I had a hit out on him.
Okay. Interesting. So
just completely flat on its face.
Yeah. So it's interesting. And the latest rumor from another Kotaku article was Destiny 2 not going to be able to hit fall 2016, which is what they were originally planning on. So I think really people have already lost interest in this game because of the lack of content.
Immensely. And listen, at first I thought it was just me, and they're like, oh, Trials are back, this, that, and the other. Finally, Trials is great. A lot of people love Trials. I don't like it, but I know a lot of people do. And now I've been seeing articles that are like, why now is a great time to stop playing Destiny.
I saw that article. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if I see that, Well,
yeah,
something, and this is weeks before your new event is happening, and I'm seeing articles like this. Not that they have to put out monthly events or anything, but
they should though. How they expect people to keep playing this game if they're not going to provide paid DLC?
And I spent all that. Oh, I didn't spend all that money, but I did spend actual money on microtransactions and stuff. And I thought that it was going to be for,
doing stuff in the game and for year 2. And year 2 is like, it started out real strong with Taken King, and now it's just kind of like squeaking out nothing.
Maybe not even new raids, like new. What the fuck are those things called with the mini bosses again? I haven't played this game in so long.
Nightfalls.
No.
What
the name of the game mode is when it's the Nightfall is the weekly event, but when you go in that playlist like Vanguard Tiger and stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about. When you do the playlist
this is how much it. Okay, so I was so infatuated with this game at a point in time. It's ridiculous. And now look at me.
Now you have Diablo.
No. Now look at me. I can't even remember the name of the fucking playlist. This is what I'm saying, Bungie. Yeah. Get your dick out of your
own ass.
Your own ass, because you're dropping the ball, and I want to love you and make me love you.
Make me love you again. So, yeah, it's very interesting what they're going to do. I'm really surprised. I was expecting by now we would have heard something.
But they haven't even said anything else.
I'm wondering what the relationship between them and Activision is really like, because something since before this game has come out, there has been weird shit with this game.
It was such a strange development, I think, and in the arc of its success was so weird, and the way it's fizzling out is so weird. We all hear about the stories, how everything was changed. You hear about the rocky start. It was still like had potential, and then you got it went up a little bit with the Taking or the Dark Below.
Yeah,
and then it skyrocketed with the Taken King.
Yeah,
and then it was like, you know what I mean? It's strange the way this has worked, and maybe one day we'll know, or maybe one day it'll be better. But there's just a lot of mystery behind what's going on, and they haven't really told us anything.
Yeah,
like, hey, here's some year 1 weapons that are now year 2, and here's some great.
Yeah, it's really odd. So I'm very curious to see what they do in the future. But Brandon, I think we're ready to wrap this show up. Unless you had any other final comments about Destiny.
Glad the meta's back. Haven't played with it, but enjoyed it year 1.
Yeah, I want to be done with this show, so then I can edit it and then play some Witness. Which I don't know. What do you have to work early tomorrow? Do you always work early? I guess.
I wake up at 6:30 every day.
Oh yeah.
So
yikes. I was gonna say maybe we could stream The Witness right after this, but I don't want to keep you. Maybe I could just solo it and you could stay for a little bit.
We can talk about it.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Speaking of streaming, I'm getting a call from my landlord. I got to call him back in just a minute, so we will wrap up this show. So we were streaming on Saturday. We had a pretty good turnout, up to 10 people at one point. Thank you for coming. If you are listening to this and you were there, we're going to be streaming again on Saturday, 11:30. I don't know what we're going to stream yet.
No idea.
But that's half the fun. I admitted that I forgot to wear deodorant on the last show. We had tons of fun playing Just Cause 3. And it's a great time. So make sure you come out twitch.tv/handsome_phantom and hang out with us. Also, handsomephantom.com. You can go there. If you like this video, this podcast, like it on YouTube, subscribe to our channel, or subscribe on iTunes. We're everywhere these days.
Yeah.
You can't get enough of us.
You can't get enough. And if you have any questions or you don't remember our Twitter handle or our YouTube page or anything like that, just go to handsomephantom.com and you could literally find everything in one place conveniently.
Exactly.
Any questions about us, handsomephantom.com, and you will get exactly what you need.
You can also follow us personally on Twitter I'm at Dustin Canfly.
And I am at _gloriousginger.
Cool. And so, yeah, we'll be back next week. More shenanigans. I'll be able to talk about The Witness.
Partying it up.
And it'll be a good time. So thank you for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
See ya.